This red-headed bard is actually working out to my satisfaction, so my decision is that she stays, for now. If a better companion presents themselves, then I will take them. As it is right now, having one paid-for mercenary to help and a summoned creature is all that I really need. I deal better with as small groups as I am able to efficiently use. The fewer around when I am under a different alias, the better, since there is less of a chance that my real motives or background will be revealed. I don't sense an evil type of personality within Sharwyn. I get the feeling that she's out for herself more than anything else, which to me is the best kind because you can always be sure of who they work for, themselves. An evil person not of my church is the worst because you can always be sure that they will ultimately stab you in the back or actively work to sabotage you. A good person isn't much better as they tend to care about the people that are in my way, whom I may have to dispose of, or, in the case of working to bring down a good or lawful institution, they would even sacrifice themselves in order to stop me. As you can see, this isn't always an easy life to live. One must remain sharp and vigilant at all times. You also need to have a good memory to recall the lies and the persona you are utilizing. It's as much improvisation as it is memorized stage play. So the village idiot has about as much chance to successfully do what I do as a fish can walk on land. Along with my martial prowess and clerical abilities, this all makes me a prized agent to any church that would have need of my skills. Yes, as I said, after the fall of Bane, the Church of Callik did try to recruit me many times. In a few of those recruitment attempts, I found myself in no position to leave the situation without taking lives. They were ruthless in their hunt for me, because, in their minds, if I couldn't join them, then I was an enemy who couldn't continue to exist. This had me on the run for many years, until the Dark Lady contacted me. I was surprised how many times those Cyricists were able to track me down, though they seemed to deem me as a priority target, which for whatever reason I am still not too clear on. Perhaps former members of my own Church of Bane who joined with the Cyricists believed that I was too dangerous to allow to be recruited by another church, so I either joined with them or had to die. That or some Cyricists saw an opportunity to eliminate me, someone that felt I had wronged them in the past. At this point, I do not think I'll ever know. However, I do know that once I joined the Church of Tiamat, the hunt for me died out. It took a while for me to not always look over my shoulder, to walk past people without my eyes watching for the flash of a blade or some other type of attack. So now I am here in Neverwinter, far from any support, far from anyone that could help me escape the city because they are part of my church or paid by them. It is dangerous. Of that there is no doubt. Because of my age and because I am relatively new to the Church of Tiamat, I must work very hard over the next 10 years or so to get the power that provides a comfortable living when I am finally too old to keep doing this. I do what I do for power. Wealth is just a side benefit, but ultimately it is power. I must rise within the ranks of my church to attain the position that I should have by now, had my last god not died. Starting over at my age is, well, quite unsettling. We're about to go into this locked house. Hopefully, it has the person that I'm looking for. Ah,
done and done.
Good job. Ah. Sailors. Okay. This seems to be the main enemy that I'm fighting in this area of the city. 2 down. So that's it. Malachite. Let's What's on this desk? Couple gold pieces in this desk. Nothing here. Alright, so Doc's trouble. We're looking for the Masterson amulet, though. A nobleman by the name of Hemel Masterson is huddled near the docks with his family. He gave a valuable amulet to Callik, a second-in-command of the Bloodsail Pirates Guild, in an arrangement whereby the Masterson family hoped to escape quarantine by ship. Callik has left them high and dry, however, opting to keep the amulet for himself. We are after Callik, and I am hoping to get a reward for returning the amulet. Alright, I think I could use a companion here. And that looks trapped to me. Ah! Yeah, it's one thing that she can't do is disarm traps. More of these blood sailors. Well, there's one behind me. Come on, I can use some help in here.
I'll plant a blade in your gut!
Much easier when you have help. Bolt, no. Don't need it. Arrows, no. However, okay, so these do weigh a bit, but I'll use them to heal myself up. They are essentially like healing spells, since I do have the ability to use them. I was trained in it. These healing kits. What is upstairs? Ooh, trap. Alright, better my animal companion than me. Oh, this one looks like it's the one in charge. Need some help here. Went invisible. And he summoned his own companion. Alright, so... I can cast spells too. Got to hit him. Ah, got a good hit in on him. My animal companion is dead. Then how about a shadow? Stay alive, Sharwin. He's just using his fists on me. He knows how to fight. Good hit. Another good one. Ow. Really good one. I'm surprised he's still standing. There's so much blood pouring out of him. He's almost down. He's got to be. He's down, and his pet went with him. That took a lot out of me. I'm hurt. A dart. It's magical. I could probably sell it. It has a moderate enchantment upon it. Okay. That did its job. I don't have any cause light wounds, so I don't know how to heal my summon shadow. If I used one of my healing abilities on it, it would kill it. Can you open that? Good. Alright. I assume this is locked. Ah! Good thing I healed myself. We're gonna have to rest after this.
Fair enough.
She opened it. 1 gold piece. Another chest. Sling. Well, I could take that. I believe it has a minor enchantment upon it, so that is a bonus for me. What's in here? Smuggler's coin. Tavern key. Orders from Callik. This note consists of hastily scrawled instructions, mostly orders to members of a search party. Excerpt. The old fool has to be somewhere. Even Vengal can't disappear into thin air. I want patrols by the ship, and I want someone to get a hold of that damn wench he favors. She's usually around the seedy tavern somewhere. Take her downstairs and find out where Vengal would hide himself. Shut down all his plans, boys, and when we find that fool, we'll be rich as kings. I won't let him give up the chance at the largest ransom we've ever seen. We're doing things my way now. Callik. Patrols by the ship. I thought that we were there. We encountered them. And I want someone to get a hold of that damn wench he favors. Who would that be? She's usually around the seedy tavern somewhere. Take her downstairs and find out where Vengal would hide himself. So, not that I'm after Vengal. At least I don't think he is. I am. Not yet. But we are after Callik. I notice my shadow is now at full health. I don't want this. So we're done here. We have to go to the seedy tavern. However, since we are inside, we should rest. Ah, just what I needed. Spells are back. My health is back. Now, 20 in a quiver. The seedy tavern. The Golden Apple. Silver Sails Trading Company. Androd Estate. Let's try the seedy tavern. You want to talk anymore, Charlene?
Is there something you need?
Just want to talk for a while. Talk about what, Evaldis? I want you to continue your story from before. I suppose I did offer to tell you about my family, didn't I? Very well then, Evaldis, I'll tell you. By my family, I actually mean my mother. She's the only true family I've ever known. I never met my father. He and my mother parted ways before I was born. Mother was an adventurer, you see. A mage, in fact, of some skill. This is what other people have told me. However, as Mother would never discuss it, she left that life behind, along with my father, to marry a man of wealth. She has sense, obviously. Oh yes, certainly she did. My mother was preoccupied with her common sense and considered only one thing truly important. My mother wanted wealth. She wanted to live a life of fine jewelry, of carriage rides, and a fine mansion in Black Lake. And her husband was a means to an end. She left behind her magic and instead spent her life spending money. Far more money than my stepfather could ever afford. She didn't care a whit for his complaints so long as he kept providing her coin. When he died unexpectedly, she was devastated. Not because he was gone, but because he left behind a mountain of debts. She was terrified at the thought of being poor. So she returned to her magic? Certainly not. My mother had left that behind, after all. Once you've lived a life of luxury, it is difficult to believe that anything exists beyond it anymore. She formed a desperate plan, although she rarely saw me when I was a child. Now she had need of me. I was a comely young woman, and she would see me wed to a wealthy bachelor. Not for my benefit, of course, but for her own. I was so meek and accustomed to being ruled by her, I couldn't even conceive of an objection. My mother had her eye on the young Lord Farthington. He would never stoop to marry poor nobility, however, not unless he desired me. I would have to seduce him. Did you? I had intended to. I went to Lord Farthington's estate to attend a party being held in his honor, my mother meaning us to meet. When we arrived, I was awestruck at the size of the hall. There were so many people dancing, I could barely take it all in, and the music was so beautiful. I stepped onto the floor and approached the man my mother pointed out. I was very nervous, but the man was handsome and kind and witty. I fell in love with him immediately. My mother grabbed me away from him angrily, not after. I had mistaken her directions. It was not Lord Farthington I had danced with, after all. It was far too late for my heart, however. Foolish girl. Who was this man, then? His name was Dannon, a penniless apprentice bard in the service of Lord Farthington. I was utterly in love with him. My mother told me to forget all about him. I couldn't, however, despite the possibility that we might lose everything. Love can do that. I was young and blind and hopeless. I fell for the first man who showed interest in me. Not that my mother intended for that to stop us. I had a choice, obviously. Take the path I was expected to and seduce Lord Farthington, or run off with the penniless bard. I should have done one or the other. As it turned out, I made a mess of everything. Being a young fool, I suppose that could be expected. I'll tell you what happened sometime later, perhaps. Let's just continue on with what we were doing, shall we? Yes, we're going to the seedy tavern. Seems to be the heart of everything here. Who's this?
Spare a coin, friend.
Ugh. I don't give out charity. Ah, you waste nothing on those that don't serve. But how can you know my worth? Perhaps I know things. Well, that could change things. What do you know? I'm not really interested in coin, but I'm interested in you. What do you need here? This isn't a friendly place. I'm here to keep order. I can say no more. Ah, but how will you keep that order? Will you kill or bully or cure? Yes, you would want a cure. Have you the currency of thieves or the garb of a guild? Old Seedy's tavern will not open without. But what do I know of these things? Merchants quiver with currency and pirates keep their uniforms as close to their ships. I am but a beggar among things and in the service of both. Good day to you. I don't believe that we picked up one that we did. A blood sailor uniform. Perhaps that is my ticket in, then. Well, I kind of looked the part, except for the helmet. Whoa, what's this? Alright, we're under attack.
Prepare to become one.
I could use a shadow.
I'll carve you. I'll carve you.
Wasn't expecting a fight right here. Got to hit him. She feared him away. Sharwin. She can heal herself, too. She really seems to be a jack of all trades. Kill the enemy! What is she? Was that a hold person spell? He's throwing knives at us. Oh, no, he's attacking my shadow. Or perhaps it's some kind of bard power that I'm unaware of that acts like a hold person spell. Either way, I'm not complaining. There's another one. Well, this one died quickly. Alright, well. Since I seem to have more health than she does, I'll use my lesser powers on her and my greater ones on myself. Yeah, one more Cure Light Wounds for myself. Alright, what did this fool drop? Auction announcement. Smuggler's Coin. Phenelope. What was on the auction announcement? Yes, I read this before. This is the seedy tavern, isn't it? Yes, as I thought.
I am overburdened.
One necklace.
Perhaps you
One necklace too far.
My load.
What is this letter? Anonymous letter? This note bears no marking as to who may have written it. The plague spreads more quickly than we could possibly have hoped. The streets are thick with corpses, and the citizens are on the verge of open rebellion. Soon Neverwinter will be brought to its knees, and the next phase can begin. Next phase? They must have something to do with this, then. But this will not happen if a cure for the Wailing Death is discovered. You must do everything in your power to prevent Erebeth and her agents from ending the plague. This note should be shown to someone in authority. And perhaps it should be... I don't need this auction announcement. How could I be over encumbered? Well, I am, so the only logical thing to do now would be to go back and sell everything that I can to loosen up, to remove some of the weight I'm carrying. This may take a while, considering how fast I can move. So I've decided to return to the peninsula. I forgot that I was offered a reward for clearing out the prison.
Hello there. I'm glad to see people alive. I'm not sure what happened in the prison, but whatever it was, it's had a big effect on everyone out here.
The escaped prisoners seem to be a little less vicious. Certainly they are still dangerous, but whatever was driving the riot seems to be gone. I have no explanation. The head gaoler, Elephant, was controlled by something. Yes, I heard that it was the Waterdhavian intellect devourer. I also heard that you turned the remains of it into Erebeth. Good work. Her word is good enough proof that you did the job. I assume that 300 gold danger pay is sufficient? I went through considerable trouble to get this. Wouldn't a higher reward be suitable? True, you appear to have performed admirably under such pressure. Here, take 375 then. And I will take note of it in my report. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare that report to present to Lord Nasher. He is not well, but news of your success should lift his spirits some. What success, really? Until I have all 4 of the Waterdhavian creatures or their parts returned to Lady Erebeth. This really is... It's a step, but it's not really success. It's a step in the right direction, that's all. Alright, let's return back to the docks. We returned to the docks district, though it took a lot of running.
Step up to the door and let's have a look at you, shall we?
Oh, there was a password that I was supposed to use, was there not? I see a blood sailor uniform. Good enough, but watch yourself. You or any friends make trouble and out you go. Okay, maybe there wasn't. Alright, so I'm a blood sailor. I cannot switch my uniform while I'm in here, or they will know. I would assume, talking to them, they may know I'm not one of them if they start bringing up things that I'm unaware of. So the best thing to do is to work my way around the room and ask quietly.
Hello.
What do you want? Come on now. I've got time if you're quick. Could I ask you some questions? If you make it quick. Anything odd happening here? Well, just look around you. Blood Sailors looking all rough, some auction thing taking too long, and damned if I have seen any Blood Sailor brass here all night. You mean their leadership? I want to ask about the Blood Sailors. Their business ain't my concern, especially their infighting. I really shouldn't say any more. I don't swim well, especially in a sack filled with rocks. Come now, telling me won't do any harm. Sorry, but I'm just not getting involved. Callik wants to challenge Vengol, that's his business. Not mine and not yours. We both have human blood. Why not give me a break? I suppose I could say a few things. I'll just lay low for a while after so I don't get in trouble. The Blood Sailors weren't always a rough group to deal with, but things have changed. Callik isn't letting Vengol's decisions go unchallenged anymore. Tell me about Vengol. Ah, the well-loved leader and founder of the Blood Sailors. Well, not so well-loved these days, I hear. See, he likes to show off. All of his plans usually involve getting as much notice as possible. He's more concerned with image than profit. That doesn't please some of his men. I hear he's been getting some trouble from his officers. They want to be a little more rough and a lot less flashy. Is that why he's not here tonight? Oh, the Vengol I know likes confrontation. He wouldn't run from a fight. I think whatever was supposed to happen up here has been changed. Ain't my business, like I said, but I saw some of Callik's boys going downstairs, and now the basement is locked up tight. Something is going on, I just don't know what. Tell me about Callik. Callik? Well, Callik is not a nice man. He's much more concerned with gold than he is with any show, bravado, or style. He's very efficient getting gold out of his victims, but he's a hard man to work for. If not for Vengol, he'd be even worse. Some of the Blood Sailors prefer working for him, and I think it's getting to the point where he's going to challenge Vengol. Does he have the backing to do that? Callik is pretty powerful right now. A lot of the Blood Sailors wouldn't mind making a little more profit instead of playing for show. In fact, Callik has taken over running the black market. He's one of the few guys I've seen with a key to get downstairs. I thought he'd be here. Not like him to sit in his house while something is happening. He'd really like to embarrass Vengol. I believe I've already been to his house, but where is his house? I think it was in the far northeast corner of the district. I wouldn't go poking around there, though. Not unless you want trouble. I'm pretty sure I had the right house. I'd like to ask you about something else. If you make it quick. What locations are important in the docks district? Ain't much anywhere now. Plague shut most things down. I suppose you can ask, but there ain't much I can tell you. There's still the Golden Apple and the 20 in a quiver. A couple other places, I guess. I just stay here at the Seedy myself. Tell me about the Seedy Tavern. This place? This is where everything happens. It's where they usually set the black market. But things are a little strange right now. What do you mean when you say strange? Well, just look around you. Blood Sailors looking all rough, some auction thing taking too long, and damned if I have seen any Blood Sailor brass here all night. Yeah, you've already said that. I want to ask about the auction. Nobody seems to know what was going to happen here. Vengol Bloodsail himself was organizing it, but he's late. It may be cancelled. I heard there was a plague cure for sale. Rumors were all over, and I think some people were afraid the guards would hear. I don't know how they didn't. It was like Vengol wanted them to know. He's flashy, a risk-taker. Some of his men don't like it. Let's talk about something else. Good enough. Goodbye. Alright then, farewell. I don't see anybody but the Blood Sailors that actually... Oh, this man. There's something about him. Eh? Go on. I got nothing... Whoa. worth stealing. Just here to drink. Not the auction. What have you heard about the auction, friend? Supposed to be a plague cure or something. Vengol wouldn't say. being his normal flashy self. That ain't sitting too well with the crowd, though. Callik near had a fit. I think he's gonna be something. Was I saying something? You were saying something about a man named Callik? Lieutenant Callik thinks Vengol is too old, too flashy. No respect for tradition, that man. I ain't saying anything more, except... Shh. They took her, you know? Duranier? That's Vengol's woman. They took her downstairs, I think. Gotta sit down. As it said in the note. Well... I don't really know enough. I could just say I'm a new member. But this is risky talking to other blood sailors.
Leave me be. I got nothing to say. I can't be seen with the likes of you.
I just need some information about the auction. I said I can't be speaking with you. Get lost. There a problem with this person, Kristoff? You want I should set them straight? Thanks, Callik, but I'm fine. They were just leaving. So it's like that. Well, it could have gone a lot worse. Is this not the auctioneer?
Greetings.
Blasted Vengol, I've paid good money for some of these things, and now he's late getting the show going. Ah, heck with it. Anyone want to buy some things? I've got smuggler's coin specials. Why is the auction not going ahead? Because my premier item isn't here. Vengol said he had a great showpiece item for sale, and now he's not here. It just isn't worth the fuss of an auction if I don't have something to excite people and drive prices up. I've got to recover costs, so Vengol can just sit on his integral to the plague cure item, for all I care. Ooh, I wonder if that's a Waterdhavian creature. Let's take a look at your normal items. Oh, I could have walked right in here and sold everything instead of running back to the city core. No flail. What are these? Traps? Thievery type tools. Things that I have no use for. I could use this ring of protection, though. It could really help. But I have an amulet of natural armor, which does the same thing. I am wearing breastplate. It's enchanted with a minor enchantment. It's decent, but it's not great. I've had much better in my years adventuring. Okay, so apparently it's downstairs is where the action is. There's another room over this way. Oh, you look like a cook. Are you the chef?
Greetings.
Now don't go bothering me. I didn't want this job and I don't need this job. Just say the password and get moving just like all the rest. And don't ask me about any key or whatnot. If you know the password, then you'll have your own damn key. I don't have one. Who are you and what do you do? Who, me? I'm the chef, and these bloodsailors had me guarding the door because they lost too many regular members to the plague. None of it matters to me. I'd rather be cooking. Now, if you have the password, you'd better spit it out. If you don't care, how about just forgetting it? You know, I think you are right. To hell with this password crap. I'm no guard. I'm no doorman. You want to go through that door? You go right ahead. In fact, I'll even tell anyone that asks that you knew the password. Of course, you'll still need to open the door. I don't know nothing about that. If you should be down there, you probably have your own key. I believe I do. But I'm curious to know what's up here before we go. If I go down there and 20 blood sailors follow me, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Well, of all the times to change what I'm wearing, now's the time. Although I may get attacked as soon as they see me now. This place is quite large.
Fair enough.
Well, there could be a lot of loot in here, and I don't have much in coin. So,
Done and done.
good job. Just ale. It weighs a lot. Probably doesn't sell for much. Arrows. There. More arrows. Let's see what's in this desk. You can open that, please.
Done and done.
Alchemist. Something. Okay, that is the way we came up. So there's a room over here. Ooh, there's somebody in here. What are you doing?
Hail to ye!
Greetings and well met. Come to sit a bit in the heat, have you? Good for the skin. Oh, this is a sauna. Can I ask a few questions about who you are? Oh, by all means, I'd like that. Who are you? Ulfnog is my given name. It is unremarkable to your ears, no doubt, but I quite like it. It serves me well. I am a traveler. Unfortunately, I happened to be in Neverwinter when the plague began. I haven't stepped outside this inn for weeks. What are you doing here? Enjoying the heat, as I said, and the dark. It is quite pleasant in here. Once the door is closed, it shuts out the world. I don't much like the bustle downstairs. Them blood sailors are far too serious these days. They used to be, well, I'm droning on. What was it about the blood sailors? Well, it's just that they used to be more fun. They had a right nonsensical bent to them that kept you on your toes. I know the plague probably has something to do with that, but there's more. It's like their leaders are taking them in a new direction. I've just had too much time to dwell on it. Stuck here hiding from the plague. What do I care about how uptight they get? Can I ask you some questions about this tavern? I suppose I spend most of my time here now. Waiting out the plague, you see. Could be in worse places, I wager. Do you know what is planned for downstairs? Some fool auction, I think. I even heard there was some part of a cure on the block. Doesn't make much sense, though. Why not? Well, why is the auction here? Something like that would command a huge price. Why bother with the thugs that gather their coppers? I mean, if you expect a big bidder, the only reason to have the auction here is to have all the people see who that bidder is. I think someone was trying to show off, and now it looks like the show has been cancelled. The auction won't go ahead? Don't think so. Van Gogh Bloodsale himself was supposedly behind it, and he's late. Very late. And there's some other odd things. What other odd things? You realize you are asking a half-naked dwarf in a hot room what he thinks is strange, don't you? My answer could be hopelessly skewed. I've got information out of much stranger beings than you. In stranger situations, too. Odd or strange? Well, then bloodsailors have an unwholesome attachment to their ale. Not good dwarven ale, mind you, but foul and perverse mixings. I'd stay away from that Callik down there myself. He likes the hard stuff, and I mean hard to take. Oh. I'll be leaving then. A shame. I hope the night treats you well. Come back anytime. Yeah, about that hard alcohol. I wonder if I couldn't give him some and pry some information out of him. You can stop attacking the desk now. In fact, the desk wasn't even locked. I don't even know why you're attacking it to begin with. Ugh. Just don't get me in trouble. It's locked. And so is this. Nope. Chests are usually locked at 4 gold. And another gold. Now you're attacking the armoire that's already unlocked. A dart. I don't know if this is enchanted. No, it's not. So, I have over 2,100 gold. It's a lot more than what I started with. I think I came out here with less than 1,000 and used most of it up.
Fair enough.
Locked. I'm sure these will be locked too. No, they're not, surprisingly. I never know what's locked anymore. Huh. I don't know if this frost trap kit is worth anything. Probably not, and I can't really carry any much, so I'll save what I can carry for something important. Alright, the dwarf has helped. Let's go see if I can't apply that Callik with this alcohol, this ale that I have. Although, if he wants the really nasty stuff, this is... well, ale's ale. Perhaps I could buy some ale if this doesn't work. Callik is one of these. I guess the orc, isn't it? Or half-orc.
Who are you, fool? Don't you know not to go bothering a blood sailor while he's drinking?
You're in the wrong neighborhood! City officials ain't popular with us. Unless you prove you're worth drink for a drink. Up for it? I'll match you, drink for drink, no problem. Alright then, let's start off with a little Neverwintian sailor spirit. A bathtub special here in the seedy tavern. Go! Bottoms up. Ah, that's pretty good. You're not so flimsy after all. How about some dockside duns? A rank bit of swill if I ever had some. Bring it on. Whoa, alright, that's not too bad. Round 3 then. Orc blood brew, and no plugging your nose. Oh, this stuff smells rank. The things I do. No problem at all. Hey, should have sat down when you had the chance. You just aren't up to snuff as far as I'm concerned. I thought as much. Take a walk, fool. I'm sure there's some porcelain for you to kiss around here somewhere. Oh, that didn't go over very well. I didn't need to pick up that ale either. Hey, hello.
You behave in here. Things are rough enough without bringing the chaos on the streets in here.
Is it busy in here tonight? Boy, howdy, you don't know how busy. I'm run off my feet. Everybody is desperate to get in for some reason. Have you heard anything odd happening? Nothing yet, and they always warn the person working the door. Just supposed to be an auction tonight. Must be something good on the block for so many people to show up, though. Farewell. Keep it quiet while you're here, I don't need trouble. I don't really need trouble either. I'm just here to find the Waterdhavian creature. And that alcohol has really kicked me in the ass. Alright, let's see if one of these keys that I have works. So, I am supposed to be here after all. Triggered a trap. Okay. That hurt a bit. Let's do this. There's a blood sailor right there, so it's about to get bloody. What's in here? Another blood sailor. I got the first strike. Ha! It's 2 down.
We shall not be defeated.
Although I really should move out of the way so the others can get in the room. Ouch! Whole floor might have heard this. He did scream rather loud. But if this is Callik's men, maybe they fight and are rough with each other and no one will know the difference. It could be a normal thing, them a rough house and even kill each other, I don't know. I am used to underlings jockeying for position, so gold piece, what was that, cure moderate wounds. What's this? These spell scrolls are worth quite a lot. I sold one for 70 gold, another one for over 100. So yes, I will be grabbing those whenever I can, even though I cannot use them. Alright. That's the way we came in. There was another blood sailor. This way. There's two of them. They see us.
Whatever gods you worship.
You know what? Charmin, she actually scares me with that spear. I've seen her pierce right through necks, killing people instantly. If she has good dexterity, she can get right underneath my helm and kill me in an instant. Another reason to watch my toes around her, even though I greatly desire her. Be on my toes, not watch my toes. Oh, this is a lot of them. Okay. One down. Wow. As I said. She really is the companion that I needed. She fights very well. And she can open locks, and she can heal. And she's really nice to look at. It's hard for me to not look at her. Gorgeous redhead. I just wish that she would go around and detect traps and remove them, but can't have everything. I suppose that's what my healing ability is for.
Fair enough.
Locked. Unlocked. Cure light wounds. So we have 7 cure moderate wounds and 3 cure light wounds. That's it. Alright. Stupid shadow. This room. You could use a heal, Sharwin. And I don't really have anything else. I do have... I shouldn't say that because I do have cantrips. For myself. And I have one more. Alright, if there's more foes in this room, this should be good enough for now, and then we rest afterwards. Yeah, there's more. Quite a few.
This day is your last!
To battle!
Watch yourself, Sharwin.
That's it,
Well, we did it. Let's close the door so we can rest in here. Padded armor. Not what I need. I hope nothing's trapped. 4 gold. A desk. The gauntlet. Gloves of discipline. These are better than those other ones. Tired of watching new recruits to the Silver Ravens fumble and drop their weapons during training, Miklos Selkirk hired a mage to develop a magic item to help their discipline. When the first recruit to don the gloves couldn't be disarmed by the Silver Raven champion, Miklos knew he had something extraordinary. Well, even if I cannot use it. Then I can sell it. Gold. Copper necklace. Okay, this is a good place to rest. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.